morning, Malta and Gozo, and welcome to another edition of Lovin Daily. I'm your host, Chris Perugine, joined today by Ben Abela, and these are the headlines of today. So two small earthquakes hit Malta in the past 12 hours. Cabinet has backed a controversial military agreement with the US. Two Maltese men have died in separate work-related incidents. Malta is no longer seeking to retrieve Prince George's shark tooth, and Malta's internet service provider has launched 5G trials. So Ben, tell us a bit about the first story. Did you feel the earthquakes?
No, I had
by the way?
no idea the earthquakes happened. I completely slept through them. I only found out about them actually as soon as I got into the office the day everyone was talking about them. Basically, Malta felt two different earthquakes throughout the past 12 hours. The first one happened at 8:20 p.m. Yesterday night. However, it wasn't very powerful. It had a magnitude of 3.3. However, the second one was considerably stronger. The second one, which happened at 3 a.m. and had a magnitude of 4.5. Now, both of these happened, the epicenter of both of these earthquakes were at around 20 kilometers from the south of Malta, and all this was obviously confirmed by the Seismic Monitoring and Research Group at the University of Malta. As expected and in classic Maltese fashion, people went crazy as soon as the earthquakes were felt and as soon as the news was made public. However, Home Affairs Minister Byron Camilleri took to Facebook this morning to put everyone's mind at rest by confirming that no damages were actually reported from the earthquakes. Of course, many jokes came out of these two earthquakes, with one person actually saying that the cause of these earthquakes were underlying conditions. He paused on a bit of a nod to the health authorities there.
We'll move on to the next story. So yesterday it was reported by Times of Malta that Cabinet has backed a controversial military agreement with the US, known as a SOFA agreement, Status of Forces Agreement. What this is a way of regulating military presence in a country. So one of the most controversial aspects about it is whether, if a military person commits a crime in a host country like Malta, then the jurisdiction over that crime won't be Malta but would be the US. So this is something that the United States has long been lobbying for diplomatically in Malta, but Malta has always resisted it due to its neutrality clause and its sense of neutrality on these matters. The Prime Minister, Robert Abela, was asked about whether this was true. He didn't deny it, he didn't confirm it. He did deny that this was in any way related to the Moneyval test that Malta is facing in terms of its rule of law issues and fighting financial crime. And today as well, the US Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, has come to Malta for talks, presumably about this SOFA agreement and possibly other matters related to immigration in the Mediterranean, etc. What we know about the SOFA agreement is that this would require 2/3 majority of Parliament to sign it. The Prime Minister, again, he's saying that he does believe in transparency, and any such agreement would be discussed openly, but he cannot discuss what is said in Cabinet. So we'll wait to see what exactly comes out of this SOFA agreement and what a number of experts have to say about this as well, because as we know, this has been a big issue for Malta over many years, and it's likely to continue to spark controversy. So move on to the next story.
Yes, a very sad story, unfortunately. Yesterday, two Maltese men died in separate work-related incidents. So the first victim of these incidents was certain Mario Vella from Hazebuch. Mario was very sadly crushed between the concrete roof of a tunnel in Halkirkop, between the concrete roof and the high-up crane which he was on. The former Zebuch mayor, Sara Jussaliba, said her last goodbyes to Mario Vella on Facebook. A bit later on, yesterday afternoon, Chris Zara, 36-year-old father of two, also died in an incident at Malta's Freeport. Now Chris was operating a forklift when a container fell and very sadly crushed him. Many people have been offering their condolences to Chris' family on Facebook, and we offer our condolences to Mario and Chris' family here from Lovin Malta. On to our next story, Chris.
Yeah, Malta is no longer seeking to retrieve Prince George's shark tooth. So we know that our Arts Minister Jose Herrera sparked a bit of an international explosion yesterday when he said that he wants to retrieve the shark tooth that Sir David Attenborough gave to Prince George. We spoke to the ministry again to see exactly sort of what they're going to do about this shark tooth, and they said that they're actually not going to pursue this further. So a bit of backtracking. I guess they decided that it's not worth that a €30 megalodon tooth, which you could buy online, is not worth a diplomatic row over. I think it's quite interesting to see this kind of debate over a shark tooth, but it's also quite interesting to see whether Sir David Attenborough is going to get in any hot water for this gift, because at the end of the day, I think there is a law that he actually broke, and we'll be discussing this later today. So we'll see what happens over there. Yes. But thankfully, Prince George can keep his shark tooth for now.
Yes, on to our last story of the day. Maltese internet service provider launches a 5G trial run. So Melita, a local internet service provider, yesterday launched a trial run of 5G. That is the 5th generation of internet. Now it's interesting to say that there has been a lot of controversy about 5G, about whether it is safe or not. Many people have expressed their skepticism about whether 5G actually emits electromagnetic radiation that is harmful to human beings. However, these concerns have been, for the most part, unfounded. There have been a lot of conspiracy theories as well linking 5G and the COVID-19 vaccine to nanobots. Some people are saying that through 5G and COVID-19 vaccines, the government will be injecting nanobots into us, which will be monitoring each and every one of our moves. I'm not sure what I make of that. The reality, however, is the reality of 5G is actually pretty mundane. Actually, there really isn't much to it. Yesterday's event showed that the 5G emitter was nothing more than a white box on Melita's cell tower. So there's that. Having said that, Malta will be seeing the installation of another 3 5G boxes in another 3 locations. That is in Slima, St. Julian's and Valletta. I, for one, am looking forward to benefit from some faster internet.
It must be said as well that the MCA hasn't yet confirmed the radiation levels that Melita has observed, but they should do so in the coming weeks and months. So we'll see whether 5G is any threat to us or not. I think that brings us to the end of the program. I've been Chris Pergine with Ben Abela. This has been Lovin Daily, and wish you a day full of lovin'.